Hi everybody, it's Tatiana. Sorry about the lighting. It is raining and I'm in my office because I'm in between break and work. So I wanted to come and do my March and April wrap-ups. I figured I would just do the two together since I didn't do much reading in March and I picked up a little in April, but really not that much. So for the month of March, I read two books, and they were Forever and X by Victoria Christopher Murray, which I have done a review of, and I will put the link to that in the description box below. And Dark Blood by Christine Feehan. I did not do a review of this. This is book 20-something in her Carpathian Hunter series. Yeah, in her Carpathian series. And pretty much when you get to series that are this long, the stories are still, good. It's a read that you don't really have to do much thinking about or put much thought into because the characters change, some of the events change, but the further you get into the series, the larger the number, like this is book 26 or 27, pretty much the stories start to, some of the things that have happened in previous stories happen in these stories. And there are some elements that are different that are being included into these stories. But yeah, I enjoyed it. Just really didn't need to do a full review of it because it's the 26th in the series. So, and then in the month of April, I read two novels and one graphic novel for a total of 3. And they were A Dark and Deadly Deception by Eleanor Taylor Bland, which was one of the suggestions for Read So Lit by Troy Towell, and I have a review of this. I don't know if I will have uploaded that by the time I upload this wrap-up video. If I do, the link to the review will be in the description box below. I also read Flight of the Nighthawks by Raymond E. Feist, which I have also done a review of. This will not be uploaded before the wrap-up video is uploaded because I haven't even edited it yet. So yeah, if you're interested in my thoughts on this is a fantasy novel. If you're interested in my thoughts on it, just look out for the review. And then I read volume 3 of the Lazarus series, which I am still in love with. There are so many things that come into this. Now the story is just getting bigger and bigger, and it's just freaking awesome. I will no longer be doing reviews of this series other than to say that I am still liking it and I still enjoyed this book. And every book, the cliffhangers at the end of these graphic novels are so annoying because this is a new series, so I have to wait months for the next installation. And I don't know when volume 4 is coming out. I have not researched that yet. This just came out in March. So I'm thinking that it's not going to be within the next couple of months, which disappoints me greatly because I want to know what happens next. But I will no longer be reviewing these separately because it just gives too much information because it is the 3rd in a series. If you are interested in it, I did a graphic novel, I think, mashup review when I read the first volume last year. So I will link that in the description box below if you are interested in more information on the series. And that is all that I have for my wrap-up. I did start The Name of the Wind. I don't have that in hand because it's presently packed because I got another road trip this weekend. So it's packed to go with me. I do have to drive this go round, so I did get some audiobooks from the library. First time ever, it's taken me like 20 minutes to find an audiobook in the library because typically when I do audiobooks for road trips, I do books by authors that I wouldn't normally sit down and read, or books that I'm interested in but wouldn't take the time to actually sit down and read. So I do an audiobook where I'm listening to it. If the narrator is good enough, then it will hook me in and I'll like it. But this time it took me forever to find an audiobook because there were so many audiobooks in my library by Black authors, which is not normally the case. I don't know what's happened. I'm sure all of you have libraries with interconnecting systems where There are multiple libraries in a county, and you can transfer books from one library to another. And I think that a lot more people in my area are reading by audiobook. And so there were, like, instead of 5 to 10 audiobooks by Black authors, and typically they're books that I've already read, there were like 50, and 40 of which I have not already read. So I had a lot to choose from. So as far as a May TBR, we're not going beyond finishing The Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss, and I got The Untelling by Tayari Jones on audiobook, and I also got Chasing the Night by Iris Johansson on audiobook. So those are all that I have for a TBR for the month of May, and then after that we'll see what happens. So I'm gonna go. That's all that I have for today, and I hope you all have a good weekend whenever you see this video. Peace out.